First off, that cover page was so nice. I love seeing the Straw Hats hanging out together, having a good time, and the inclusion of Jinbei just really makes every cover page that much better because we've gone so long without having Jinbei that it's just like, yes, more Jinbei included, please. Also, Nami and Robin in bikinis, always a good time. I did want to see just a little bit more of the fights between Queen and Sanji, and Zoro's hilariously being healed up. Luffy is slowly making a recovery, he needs that meat. But the real meat and potatoes of this chapter is the showdown between Sasaki and Franky, the two armored pirates. One mechanically armored with his patented Wapple metal, and one just the toughest hide around. It's also great to see. I love the added fact that Franky was struggling because it wasn't just Sasaki, it was Sasaki and his armored division. That was the thing that was really hindering Franky in the showdown. But ever since Tama managed to turn all the headliners against Sasaki and his forces, they've been keeping Sasaki's boys off of Franky's back, and seriously, Franky has been able to get in some good hits. From slamming Sasaki into the ground, to delivering a V-flash from his Franken sword to Sasaki's soft underbelly, Franky has been putting Sasaki to task. But Franky, I love that Franky makes sure to say, I've like dealt you like a few finishing blows here, and you just keep getting back up. And yet even Sasaki's just like, yeah, I could say the same about you, you obnoxious bastard. So Sasaki decides that he's really gonna start taking this shit seriously. Goes into his strongest form, of course the hybrid form. Actually kinda digging the way the hybrid form looks, especially with the Triceratops frill just kinda jooting out. It's actually a pretty cool design, pretty wicked. But what's really wicked is the scar Sasaki got from Franky. That thing is bleeding. We also get to see the capabilities of Sasaki's sword, that it has some kind of mechanism in it that acts as a kind of screw. So I guess for a little bit of added drilling damage for the most part. But that's not all. In the goofiest display possible, that frill on the back of Sasaki's head, I don't know if it's because of his hybrid form or what, but he uses that frill to basically form like a helicopter. So you just see this big old fat dude being whirled around and lifted up by his neck. I'm surprised he isn't hanging himself by doing that. I don't know if that's a benefit of him being in the hybrid form that he's able to do something like that or what. Kind of like how Kaku was kind of able to just form himself into an actual box just because of the nature of his hybrid form. It is super funky. And a lot of the armored division recognizes the attack as Sasaki's just like, yeah, don't worry about it going to Franky. I'm coming for you, assholes. And he starts slicing up a lot of the members of the armored division before going in on Franky. And apparently Sasaki is stupid fast in this form, going in with quick hit and run strikes that leave a lot of damage in their wake. But there's also this one hilarious moment where Sasaki gets ready to charge on Franky, whirling his frill blades again. But it's almost like he misjudged how the direction he was gonna go, because suddenly he goes sliding backwards, and he tries to cover it up by saying, oh yeah, I got runway space now. And Franky calls him on his bullshit because he straight up blushes in embarrassment from that moment. But at the same time, it does give him a bit of a running start. So he goes slamming into Franky, setting off one of his shoulder missiles too, right in the casing, which you never want that to happen, right inside the launcher. But Franky's like quick thinking and goes for his patented suplex with his general suplex. And I also love the fact that because of the strike he dealt to Sasaki earlier with the, V for victory flash, he knows that Sasaki has such a soft underbelly, so after he suplexes Sasaki and leaves his belly exposed, he goes in for another V slash, but Sasaki manages to get out of the way just in time, and not just that, he snaps Franky's sword in half. So Franky really ends up on the back foot, almost getting pushed back to the performance floor with all of the strikes that Sasaki unleashes. So he has no choice but to kind of set up his portable Gao cannon and send out a general cannon and blast Sasaki up into the air. And at first, for a moment, I love it too, because for a moment, it looks like Sasaki's down for the count. So it's another moment of just showing how tough these ancient zone actually are. Because in a normal fight, that easily would have taken Sasaki out of the battle, but no, he comes back and then just dives bomb right into Franky, just pretty much crushing the Franky Shogun almost. But in a brilliant move, Franky just pops out of the General Franky, the Franky Shogun, and just hits Sasaki's underbelly with a radical beam because Sasaki is just like slammed into the Franky Shogun, like unable to move for the most part, just stuck in really. So he just delivers this radical beam to Sasaki's soft underbelly and just bam, it looks like Sasaki's been done. Good fight, Franky. Not the most overly interesting, but at the same time, I'm just glad that Franky really got to show his shit. Because it's been a hot minute since we've seen Franky really throw down against someone who seemed like they were really capable. Not since Senor Pink, so it's been, I want to say 5 years at this point since we've seen Franky fight. But speaking of fights, okay, the main event, the real crunchy part of this chapter, is we finally get to see a little bit of the fight going on between Yamato and Kaido. And Kaido's in his hybrid form, but it's not just Kaido. We see Yamato in his hybrid form. And I have no idea what this is. A lot of people have been saying it's a kind of Kirin, but I'm pretty sure that's a hooved mythical Japanese creature. And nothing about the way Yamato looks really says a type of horse. However, I did look up something that seemed to be similar in a lot of ways. Something called a kotobuki, which is a Japanese mythological yokai that is kind of like a chimera creature that combines all the animals of the Chinese zodiac. So, looking at Yamato's hybrid form, it seems to have a lot of these features, like the head of a rat, the ears of a rabbit, the horns of an ox, the headrest of a rooster, they say? I'm not sure what a headrest is. The heart of a goat, the neck of a dragon, the mane of a horse, the shoulders of a tiger, the arms of a monkey, the back of a boar, the hind legs of a dog, and the tail of a snake. Now, some of that feels like it's a little bit lost in the design that Yamato has. Definitely doesn't have the snake tail. But a lot of other aspects of that feels like that might be on point. I've seen so many people throw out other guesses, not just Kirin, but some kind of fox yokai or something along those lines, and I'm just not seeing it. Yamato's form definitely feels more like a mishmash of different creatures. So what kind of Japanese chimera creature would kind of make sense? A lot of people even said the Nue, which the Nue tends to be a lot more stocky, and even that also has the tail of a snake. But that's more feline in its appearance, and whatever Yamato is looks a little bit more canine. So definitely tell me what you think in the comment section below. What did you think about Franky's showdown with Sasaki, and what kind of mythical Zoan do you think Yamato is? Do you think I might be right? Please look up the Kotobuki, check out some artwork for it, and see if you might think I'm right, because I know there's also various different other artworks for a Kotobuki, but some of the ones I've found feel like it might be on the money. But again, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, please shoot me a like in the comment section below, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications. And until next time, I've been Duuz-Diz-Din, and I will see you later. Bye-bye.